way outside.
Right, full time then, 0-0.
I think I said after the Everton game there'll be goals. It was 1-0, and then I said after this one, we ain't keeping a clean sheet. But no, it was a much better performance, mate. We look the more likely. I think it's probably a fair result. But I think, considering, I appreciate they've got Saicedo out, but considering we've got no Adams, no Christie, no Cook, I thought we coped really well in the midfield.
From the off, it seemed like there was a reaction from us from last week, from all players.
Yeah, no, definitely. I thought everyone performed pretty well. I don't think there was anyone that was really bad that started the game. So yeah, you've got to take it, mate. It's a weird one, isn't it? I think if we get a win out of one of the last couple, I think we're all delighted right now. I think because the overriding feeling is if we perform like that against Everton, we beat them. That's although I will say, you told me before the game, Everton will get beat today. They won 3-0.
Did they?
Yeah, against Forest. So maybe we're not that bad. But no, it was much better, mate. I think we said it in the week. We spoke on the preview and said that I appreciated that Milo and Diakite were pretty good defensively against Everton, but I just felt we missed Celesi because he brings the ball up, he's a different level, and I think you saw that today. I think Celesi's a different level.
And you can see what happened when he came off.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's very underrated. The worry is that he could be out for a while. If that's a hamstring, he could be out for a while. And I think the difference with him in the side was so evident, it was unbelievable. So yeah, we need to tie him down for contract as well as the gaffer.
I know. Well, but from the off, it seemed like the tempo was so much better.
Yeah.
I think that Tavan Scott actually did quite well in the middle of the park. I think if I'm going to be putting criticism on anyone, I think that Kluivert wasn't up to his usual standards. I thought Evan Nilsson was okay.
Usual Evan Nilsson done really well off the ball, but he's got to be a little bit more clinical in and around the box. There was a few times he put a ball in, he wasn't there.
But Semenyo was better, I thought.
It's very better.
And also, rogue shout from you in the preview, Jimenez. I thought he did really well in that position.
Well, all we got to remember is it's a good job that Anthony watched the preview.
He must do.
No, I thought he was dead on his feet at the end. That was the only reason he come off, in my opinion. He looked dead, but I thought he was really good. I thought having Smithy back there is lovely. I love having Smithy back there. And I thought him and Jimenez, it's almost like we found a new player because that's a new option that he can play. And I thought he looked really good there. Didn't have to worry about it defensively as much. And he's a little bit off the cuff and he runs at players, so I enjoyed that from him. And yeah, I don't think anyone was, like you say, Kluivert, but you say the Kluivert we're used to, from last season. I think that's what we've got from him this season. And the subs didn't do enough. I mean, it's not fair on Unau and particularly, or Brooksy, but Andy, when he got the ball, was crap. Hill done alright. Hill won every header, I think, when he came on.
Yeah, he did really well, put a few nice touches.
Yeah, but it's a weird one today because that's a really good point. I think in most circumstances we go, that's a hell of a point. That.
But we could have got something.
Yeah, you just feel like we could have won that game today because I don't think they weren't. What was weird for me was that they didn't throw the kitchen sink at it. Yeah. Like they didn't. They looked like happy with a point.
Is that another game where we've had a player offside at a crucial moment as well? Because we did put the ball in the back of the net. It was Evan Nilsson again.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it looked closer. Well, I've seen the.
Well, it took a while over it. I thought semi-automated offsides makes it really quick. Obviously not. And by the way, I just want to say this before I forget. Michael Oliver, what a great game he had.
I thought Michael Oliver made the most interception of the game. He's got off. Yeah. I mean, he caught every single counter-attack from us. Michael Oliver was there to sweep up for him. So, yeah, they didn't have Saicedo, but they had Michael Oliver in there, so that was all right for him. Absolute crap, as usual. Yeah, it was a weird one. I thought, when looking back at the picture, Evan is just offside. Yeah. But I'm the other end. I know you're behind that goal. I was the other end, and I didn't even celebrate. I thought Evan was miles off. In my head, I was like, Evan.
I mean, I'm not. I probably won't pat our vlog for this, because are you going to be watching? Nope. What?
Get the vlog out.
No, mate. Who's going to be what? Maybe a 5-minute vote. Not even that. What's the point? Anyway, Chelsea actually disappointed me. I mean, I didn't see much of them in the week, but I know that to their fans they were disappointed against Leeds. They got out physicaled. But today I just thought they were toothless.
Yeah, as I just kind of mentioned, I felt they were almost last 10 minutes. Thought they're kind of happy with a point, which was odd. Yeah, a little bit surprised by him. I thought Delap was awful up front, but he's obviously got a knock early, come off. Did they even bring João Pedro on?
Yeah.
Right at the end?
He had a good few minutes.
Well, I thought he'd come on for Delap, but he didn't. It was Guy.
Yeah, he had about 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I thought he'd get longer. I don't know. I thought they were very average. Very average. And I think, I've watched them a few times this season. I've always thought they'll be in a fight for top 4. They ain't near the title race. I'm surprised because obviously they lost in the week. They'd have seen Arsenal lose in the early kickoff. So they could have made a bit of a statement today, but they didn't. They didn't do it. Petrovic, did he have a big save to make. Not really.
Really?
I mean, he done everything well, I thought. But yeah, I thought we had the better chances than them. I think we had every statistic was in our favour, barring possession, but that suits us, not having it. And I thought we were clever today. I thought we looked at, the players we had in that middle. Obviously, we got so many out, and I think he went with Scott and Tavi, which is what your nuts off the ball. But let's be careful. They weren't pressing too high because I think they'll be a bit careful. Let's not get caught, because there was a few times where they tried to get Palmer in between the lines and things. I think don't get me wrong, it helps that Palmer's not 100%. But I thought they were. I think Tav and Scott, to be fair to them, were really intelligent today, because they're probably, whether they have or not played together, probably not. If they have, it'll probably only be for 10 minutes or so. And I thought they looked really comfortable together. Yeah, the only issue is, we are back to it a lot, and I don't mean to do it as a massive negative, but it's 0-0 and you're thinking, tell you what, we're just as likely here, and we don't have the options.
No, yeah.
Adley's coming on trying to change the game. He was rubbish, as we said, and if you look at some of the players that we could have had fit would have helped us, but just a little bit more off the bench could have helped us today. It's a real shame. If we'd had I was thinking we're gonna have a little free kick edge of the box, who now winner?
Yeah,
but
not to be. We
got to take the point, mate. I think we would have taken it beforehand. It was just a shame that I think at the start of the week we'd have said 4 points would be amazing. Because we lost to Everton, it means a point doesn't feel as good, but. Again, if we go to Old Trafford and win, which we're more than capable of, if we play like that, we can beat Man United. So then we'll look at this as a massive point. And what the best thing about it is we've stopped the rot. We've stopped a bit of a rot where we've looked really poor and teams have been too good for us. Today we played a good side and we haven't looked like losing. So we've got to take it, mate.
Betty P, 0-0 result we'd have probably taken before the game. Afterwards, I felt a bit disappointed.
On paper, it's one of them. On paper, you would take it, but in the context of the game and how we played, a lot of Bournemouth fans, me included, you included, feel like we did deserve more because we were the better side. The offside goal was unlucky.
Yeah.
Penalty again, offside was unlucky. Sanchez had a very good game. But we played really well, so it was positive, a lot of positives to take. I'm happy with how we played. Again, as Tom said, stopping the rot was so important today. And against Chelsea are still a good side. Like they've beaten Barcelona this season, they've had a lot of good results. Despite losing to Leeds in midweek, they're still no mugs. They're a good side, so getting a point against them and keeping a clean sheet when defensively we have struggled this season, I'm happy with. Attacking wise, it's a bit. I don't know. I don't want to say concerning because Evan Nilsson, he's not playing like a Premier League striker would in a way, in terms of if you were to ask anyone what do you think is a Premier League striker, you would say somebody that scores goals and can do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
But Evan Nilsson can do a lot of the things, but he can't score, which is arguably the most important thing. I thought Semenyo was better. I thought Tavernier was improved. He progressed us up the pitch when we could. Senesi, again, I'm going to echo what Tom said because he does speak a lot of sense after the games, and he gets us up the pitch so well.
Isn't it mad that losing a central defender, like obviously when he came off, I don't know what it was, 65, 70 minutes, I was thinking, and our game completely changed. It's almost like our midfielders don't have confidence in the centre-backs. They come back a bit, we're deeper as a side. It's amazing how much he does get us up the pitch.
Yeah, and it's probably a thing to do with experience as well. He's been there and done it at a European level. That's why he's played in the Europa League side over in the Netherlands. But that's why he's been good for us and been pivotal to many good results. But I really, really hope that it's not a long-term injury, because especially with the time of the season that it is, we're going to be playing twice a week, a couple of times in the months of December and January. It'd be a really bad time to miss him. And it's not like I can even say that there's an international break coming up because we don't have one till March. But I want to try and stay positive. Jimenez was good when he came on. And there were, I thought Scott in parts was also very good, and we dealt with their threats really well. Made Cole Palmer look distinctly average.
Yeah, didn't see much of him.
Reece James, after he played so well against Arsenal last weekend, having a very poor game, and that kind of hoof that he had that nearly went out of the main stand later on in the second half kind of summed up his performance. And Esteval as well made him look very average. I know he's young, but still, we played very well. We kept him at bay. So overall, I'm gonna be more positive.
Right, we've got Reece here. Reece, what did you make of that? It's a better performance than in the week against Everton, wasn't it?
Well, better than Everton, but still not great. I mean, on paper, it's a good win. Draw. We'd take it.
It feels like a win, though, after that bad performance on Tuesday, but I feel as though we could have got 3 points as well.
Yeah. after the game, it's definitely disappointing because we were definitely the better team, and I think Senesi was absolutely class today before he came off, clearing up everything at the back, and he pocketed Delap, injured Delap, and then pocketed whoever they brought on.
Was he your man of the match? Was he?
It couldn't be anyone else. I don't think he was class.
How do you think Tavernier responded after an indifferent performance in the week, where obviously he kind of lost his marbles a little bit, pointing at the crowd, but I think he responded a little bit today?
Yeah, I think he improved today, but he's definitely not a midfielder, and Alex and him, neither of them are holding midfielders, which is why I think sort of missed Tyler Adams in there today, or Lewis Cook, just to hold us down in midfield.
So what are your thoughts then going into a couple of games? We've got two very different games. We've got Manchester United Monday after this one coming, and then we got Burnley. How many points do you want us to be getting before Christmas Day?
Hopefully 6 points, but I don't know.
I mean, we always win at United, right?
I guess, but I mean, United have picked up a bit of form. They've got how many wins? They've got quite a lot of points recently, but I still think we'll win that 3-0 again, and then Burnley, that should be an easy win, but I mean, you never know, Jadon Anthony could pop up with a goal.
If Burnley win, you just know that you're going to get clipped up and go viral.
I know.
It'll be fine. Thanks, Reece.
Bye.
Chris Edwards from the States, and you know what he's been doing in the background whilst we've been recording fan cams? He's been recording his own global Cherries reaction. So you're an ex-old Cherry most of the time, but obviously you've been over here. This is your third game. I'm glad you got to see us get a point.
Yeah.
And it was a well-earned point in the end. But look, if you want to submit your video and you're a global Cherry, you can certainly do it. All the details are down in the description. Myself and Tom will react on a video that will go out on Tuesday. So we need your videos by, say, Monday afternoon. I'll put all the details down below. It'd be so good to have you on board if you can. Okay, that's the admin dealt with. Chris, that was better than Tuesday.
It's a lot better. It seemed like the team came out a lot more motivated, a lot more pace. I said on my little report that the match totally changed whenever Senesi went out. It slowed down. I'm sure everyone's saying that. It slowed down immensely once he got out. We quit playing from the back and just tried to play the long ball and never really got any moments of magic going forward. But again, a point. Coming off the last two matches, a point, you really can't complain about that. And just hopefully we can get the upturn from here on out. And also, I'll mirror what Sam said about you global Cherries. Yep. I know there's a lot of you on the Telegram group. Throw your camera in front of you, throw your phone in front of you, and man, just make a little snippet video so we can get the word out and show how global the Cherries are.
Fair to say there was a little bit of redemption for Marcus Tavernier, for Antoine Semenyo, who was probably poor in the week. Nice to see them react in the right way.
You could tell they were really trying to go forward and trying to do all they could to get a goal. And so, and again, just seemed like a lot more focused this time. So I'm sure that they could see the tape and see the last two matches that just something was missing. The spirit was missing, just maybe that motivation was missing. And they just came out and from the whistle, first whistle, and you really started playing focused and determined to try to get the ball in the back of the net.
I don't know what it is about you being in the UK, but what happens is there's usually a downturn of form, and then we're at our lowest of our lows. And look, last season we got a point at Chelsea. I mean, we should have won it, albeit for Reece James's free kick. Then we went up to Newcastle, won 4-1. Maybe this is the start of something, Chris, because when we feel the lowest of the low, Andoni, when he works with a smaller squad, sometimes it's better.
Yeah.
And he's managed to probably galvanise this team again. It was a team that looked very much together as opposed to in the week where there almost seemed like there was a vibe of infighting a little bit.
Yeah, also it seems like whenever you've got a lot of people out either through suspension or injury, that there's kind of more of a confidence knowing that guys know they're going to play, where they don't have to show up at training and say, hey, I wonder if I'm going to do enough to get in the match this week. But sometimes when you know you're going to play, sometimes that can just build a certain sense of confidence, knowing that you don't have to prove yourself every single day and worry about, hey, am I going to get in, am I going to get out, and just maybe frees you up to play a little bit more creatively through that.
Chris, have a safe flight back, and it's been a pleasure to have you over.
Yep. Hey, and before I go, just thanks all back of the net, the folks, man. Y'all been great, hospitable ones that have been here. It's great to see everybody in person. So always great to be here.
Right, something that you won't know by looking at it from this angle is Ollie is wearing shorts Have you lost your head like Tav did on Tuesday?
Oh God, don't talk about that, man. It's number 16 from now on. We don't mention that. He must not be named.
But some bit of redemption today with a better performance. A bit of redemption for AFC Bournemouth today, mate.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, I was feeling very downbeat in the week. But whilst it wasn't the result that we wanted, I mean, I wanted 3 points today. In hindsight, I'm thinking we maybe could have got 3 points.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that performance.
Yeah, and I think with Chelsea, they've got so much quality. They've spent billions of pounds. It's sort of look at it and you think, okay, we played okay. We didn't play badly. Equally, we didn't play amazingly. Evan also missing I think it was 0.85 xG shot. Isn't ideal. He's a sort of we'll come back to him, but he's worrying me at the moment.
Is that the one where Semenyo had a shot and then there was a slight touch and he slid in front of the Ted Mack? Was that in the first half one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then of course he was offside for Semenyo, but that was more luck than anything, I think.
It's always offside.
It was literally a kneecap.
Yeah. It was.
No, as I say, we were playing all right. I said before the game I'd be happy with a point. I'd take a point any day of the week, and we got a point. So we can't be too unhappy.
We can't. We certainly needed a reaction. We've sort of got one. When we're at our lowest moments, Andoni, I just said this to Chris Edwards, he seems to, galvanise the squad. Ahead of Manchester United, a place where we always get 3 points. Are you sensing the same thing this season, or maybe not quite?
It's hard, isn't it? We haven't won an away game since August, I think. It's December.
Yeah.
That says it all. Equally...
Well, we only won what? Is it Spurs are only one?
I think so. I think it's our only away win this season.
Oh my God.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, I think we have one away win, two away draws, I believe. The form's not good enough. There's no beating around the bush. The form is not good enough.
I mean, it's relegation form according to the form tables and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Equally, I fancy our chances.
I love this guy.
I love the blind optimism. I love a bit of blind optimism, and I'm going to be blindly optimistic here. I want to go and beat United 3-0 again. It's just something about it, It can't really be a Christmassy mood without beating United 3-0 on the road.
Very true. Look, there was positionally, I mean, Tom's, I don't know if he's got Andoni on speed dial, but he said that he fancies Jimenez for playing right wing. That's what happened. How do you think he did? I thought he did all right in that position.
Has Tom got some sort of inside source?
He must have.
No, I mean, I thought it was going to be Adley before the game. I think Jimenez was good. And that's the thing, I said Jimenez, Troffer and Senesi, if he's fit, the three players, and I suppose Petrovic, who are the only sort of nailed-on starts next game. The rest of them, I think you can sort of make an argument for someone else, apart from probably maybe Semenyo, and that's the only thing that's concerned me actually. I don't think anyone else has mentioned this with how we've been playing against sort of big six sides versus the likes of Everton. No disrespect to Everton, of course. You can see people are just trying to show off for a move.
Yeah.
Not every player in this squad is going to get a move. But equally, Semenyo, namely, I don't want to single him out, but he's probably the best example of this. Against the other 14, you'd say he hasn't been good enough in parts, but then against the big six, he consistently performs, and it is a bit worrying. It's like you can get from his point of view, you may want to save yourself. You don't want to get injured before January, but equally, you're contracted to the club. I get that Bournemouth isn't the end goal for most players. While you're here, while you're being played, you need to give your all. I think that's the be all and end all. You just need to put in the effort. It's hard. I'm trying to think how to word it.
You said it well so far. To be fair, I mean there has to be the right balance, right? I mean I know that he wants to not get injured, but you've got to put in a performance, and I'm glad he did today because it was a lot better. I fancy him to score against Man United.
Well, yeah, because United is one of the teams that are linked with him. I mean, if he's better than that or not, I don't know. But Liverpool, United, Chelsea, they're the sort of teams that are looking at him. So they're the teams he's going to perform against. And he performed against Liverpool. You can make the argument that he performed against Chelsea. Does he perform against Liverpool? Perform against United?
Who knows? Ollie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
0-0 then, Livy.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
I thought it was better, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I thought it was better. I think we noticed Senesi coming back. He was really good. Shame he got injured, wasn't it? Was it a hamstring or something?
Yeah, it looked, you know what, as soon as he went down, I thought, okay, he's not looking good.
No.
I reckon he has got back up, but I reckon in about 5 minutes, it was less than that. It was like
And
2
there you
minutes,
go,
he's
it
going
was.
down again.
Yeah, but he made a difference, didn't he?
Yeah.
Coming back in.
I've just learned that Velko is out for 3 months.
Really?
So we're in a situation, aren't we?
Yeah.
We really are, but hopefully Senesi's not out for long. But the
No.
overall vibe just felt a lot better.
It
The
was
atmosphere
much
was better. The tempo
crowd
was better.
was good. Yeah, it was much more positive, wasn't it? I thought Jimenez played really well as well whilst he was on. So he did well in a different position, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, much better, much more positive. And actually, Chelsea are good, aren't they? So although it was a 0-0, bit of a bore draw, it could have been worse.
It's amazing how a single match can change your whole mood.
Yeah,
Because
I
on
know.
Tuesday I was thinking, oh my god, we're doomed, like
Yeah.
relegation, all this kind of stuff. But that has just showed you what Andoni's like typically shown in moments where we're feeling our lowest.
Yeah.
He can bring us up and feel better again. He did it last in January. Getting a draw at Chelsea, winning 4-1 at Newcastle, all is not
It
lost.
can change
we
just
still
like
have a good
that.
side, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a great side, and they showed good character today coming back. They were very calm. They shut Chelsea down. They didn't let them play. They looked ordinary, didn't they, Chelsea today? And you've got some big names in that team. So, no, I'm happy. It's not ruined my weekend, so it's all good.
And do you reckon we can get a result at Man United next Monday?
Well, we normally do, don't we? So,
Come on, it's happening.
up the cherries.
Up the cherries. And look, thank you so much for watching the Back of the Net fan cams. Thanks to Livy, as ever,
Cheers.
for coming on. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.